All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Hakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and it's a sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing the truth and sincerity. And what I have here, actually, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so what I have here, it says, beautiful male lion roaring, Slakia, watch to the end, which is not big, but just from even looking at this, you would think this is probably like in a habitat due to the background. Like you would think this is the forest. No, this is actually in how I guess you could say a zoo. This is actually in a zoo, and like most animals, they all they are kept in captivity just like us. And this lion represents us anyways. Well, we represent the lion. With the lion being in the cage, it also reminds us of how much we're encaged. So I'm gonna show not even a full minute of it, just to give you an idea. Now you can hear all the people, probably more likely all Edomites, or majority of them at least. They all sound fascinated about this lion, how he sounds, but that lion sounds very depressed. It sounds upset and everything. And now we made it 24 seconds in. And even in the people in the comment board is like, this lion, what do you mean beautiful male lion roaring? I mean it's a beautiful lion, no doubt, but the roaring, it sounds depressing. A lot of people in this comment board is like, this lion sounds very sad. So other people's like, these guys need to return this lion back into its natural habitat. But when I look at it, it only reminds me further more of how much we're like all of Israel is in captivity. Because we also represent lions. And as you can see, these people are just in awe about this lion being in captivity. But it's no different from us. Look at how much we are in these stadiums. We got the football players, basketball players, baseball players. And then you got all these people in the crowd watching us. Just like we're the lions. We're for just like this lion is for these people entertainment. We are for these people's entertainment. And it's never got better. When you take us out of our habitat, we're just thrown off. Like look at our people. Our people are so screwed up. Hell, our people just naturally at this point look depressed all the time, just like this lion. Especially since a lot of these people claim they love this place, but deep down in their spirit, they hate this place. Because for them, it's a never-ending problem that goes on. A never-ending stress. You got bills, you gotta do this, you gotta work, daycare, school, and all this other mess. It's a revolving circle that never gets better. So this is Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. So just like this lion is hidden in his prison houses, which is a zoo. Here we are, hid in a prison house, which is Babylon, America. Then that's not what you say. It's just America, because it would be every country that's in power that harbors Israelites. So you got Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, and all these other places. Every place that doesn't have us owning anything. Anywhere that these heathens harbor Israelites is a prison house. But the main prison house will always be Babylon. Especially since it is the main one that needs to be destroyed. That is going to be destroyed. the main one. The rest of them will crumble and be destroyed as well. But this place entirely is the biggest cesspool of wickedness that this world has ever seen. It says, especially since, let me backtrack on it, because it says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. We have been definitely robbed of everything, even down to our own identity. How back before this place was even thought of, when you even go back to Egypt, we knew our identity. We was allowed to keep it. But these devils come and take it. They erase it. They try the hardest to erase it, and then when we find it again, it's a big problem. Especially since they know that the Lord is going to come for them. Especially I'm talking about these rats, these Edomites. Oh yeah, they're gonna get what's coming to them. But we've been spoiled, not with just technology to keep us dumbed down, but with philosophies of these different doctrines, these different religions, anything to keep us oppressed. And then it says they are all of them snared in holes, which would be your schools for the school education, which ain't shit. Then you gotta work. Then you got college. And then you got these laws. So, and I'm gonna backtrack one more time when I said the schools, the colleges, and these jobs. These three things, or any type of education that people would seek, or forced to do, you notice that these three things is something that keeps people distracted. And by distracted, I mean keep them busy. Because if you're too busy having to do all the education from school and college, then having to work as well, it keeps you busy to notice anything else going on. Because you're so caught up and so stressed about what you have to do now that you don't have time to worry about the other stuff. And heck, that's what makes being in the street even harder, is because we got to go through these things. But through the will, the power of the Heavenly Father, He gives us that spirit to do things even if it's getting hard on us. Especially, I'm talking about doing videos, studying, and all the other stuff. We managed to find a way. Other people really don't have the management because, number one, it wasn't given to them. Number two, they are too busy trying to find something to alleviate their pain, such as watching TV, sports, games, any sort of entertainment that they can unwind in, which is fine. But the Lord gives His gifts to spiritual people that He knows can actually carry out His work. And that's why this truth ain't meant for everybody, specifically because it said only 2/3 of our people are going to die. That's what makes this a whole lot harder, is the fact that we don't even know if we're the elect. But that's why we gotta try that much harder. We gotta try much harder to please the Lord than to please than to do Esau's work. So this is what makes this the ultimate battle for us, especially being in this cage like the lions we are. We're finding our way of salvation. We're trying to find our way of salvation, especially when the Lord is going to come back to destroy this place. This place has to pay for what is done, not only to us, not primarily us, but what is done to nature, to the creatures of the nature, to the wildlife of the sea, and even unto the earth. Even unto the earth. This is Revelations 18:6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. So when the Lord comes back, and these devils gonna get, especially especially when we catch these devils. But when the kingdom of heaven is established, They're gonna get paid back double for the shit they done to us in the righteous way, because we ain't gonna do it on the wicked level they did. We're gonna be 10 times better than what these devils done to us. It's gonna be solely righteous that way we're gonna pay them back. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord." Key words. It says we gotta wait upon the Lord, because our people done tried all sorts of ways to escape that captivity, especially trying to fight up against Esau, which never worked. If anything, they got infiltrated a bunch of times. Throughout everything anybody could come up with some type of movement, Esau's had a hand in it. Our people may start it out, but Esau's the one who finishes it. He's able to quietly deter people from going up against him. And he didn't even have to attack. He doesn't even have to attack nobody to do it. That's the funny part. These movements, especially like these Black freedom fighters or the Black Guerrilla Family, all these other gangs, he quietly deterred these people from trying to go up against him. That says something. It says, "Until the day that I rise up to the prey, from my determinations to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with my fire, with the fire of my jealousy." So that's the key right there, is that we gotta wait upon the Lord. We can't escape ourselves. That's just like us trying to break out of prison. It's gonna be a fight to do it, but eventually you always get caught. Oh, in order to escape out of prison, you can't even escape out of the door that's holding you in there. You gotta find some other way to get out. But we can't find another way to get out. It's not like we could just go to another country and say, "Oh, the Lord's going to keep us safe from this." No, if you still have the 2/3, you're going to get destroyed anyways, because all these other kingdoms are going to fall. It's not just Babylon that's going to fall; it's every kingdom that's going to fall. That's not under our rule, and none of these countries are under our rule. So you can't. It's not like you could go to one country and be like, "Oh, I'm fine for the destruction." No, that's not the case. That's far from the case. We are in this prison, and I'm talking about not just Babylon's prison, but these other prisons that harbor Israelites. We are in the prisons to serve our time until the Lord comes back and get us. No matter what people think about it, how they like it or not, it doesn't matter. You can't escape what's to come. We can only have faith, pray, and make sure we're doing the right things to our best of our abilities, that the Lord comes back and for his hopeful elect to be saved out of this mess. And I pray that I'm of the hopeful elect and various other brothers that sincerely does this truth. Not the ones that's just out here doing this for some fame and popularity, and then when shit hits the fan, all of a sudden we want to act right. No. That's not how that works. The Lord's going to scope them out for that one, which the Lord's been doing. But that's all I have going into that. So Lord willing, this is a little edifying. And with that, shalom.